Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Ocean County School Counselors Association Virtual College Fair. We have an awesome program for you guys this evening and an awesome lineup of institutions for you to hear from. I just have a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, this is a 6x6, which means every institution has 6 minutes to share with you information about their institution. This is a webinar, so your camera and your microphones are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. Sign up for more sessions. There's 2 more hours after this that you can sign up to hear from more colleges and institutions. The recording for this program will be available within 1 week at strivescan.com/OCSCA. Finally, how do you ask questions? We know you're going to have questions, so put those questions in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. And then also note the college or institution that you're directing your question to so that they can respond appropriately. So now, without further ado, I have the pleasure of introducing to you first Lynn University. Go ahead and take it away, Dylan, whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I hope you all can see this. So like just mentioned, my name is Dylan Clem. I'm with Lynn University, located in Boca Raton, Florida. So for those that aren't familiar with who we are, so like I said, we're located in Boca Raton, Florida, just 45 minutes north of Miami. But as you can see here, we're 5 miles from the beach, so a quick 10-minute drive, but also too, the most important thing that we have is our location. As I know many of you are joining us from New Jersey. I'm not sure what the weather is exactly like today, but the average year-round temperature is a cool 76 degrees. So no matter the time of day, it's always, you just don't need to have a jacket, anything like that, as our location is absolutely amazing. And it gives the opportunity to do so much. But also too, obviously our location is an important factor, but at the end of the day, it comes down to our students. And here at Lynn, we bring in students from over 97 nations to be exact, as we're truly a global community, as we bring in students from over 97 nations and over 48 states as well too. So no matter where you're coming from, especially in the New Jersey area as well too, we're bringing in students from all across the world. But also, I know many of students want to also study abroad as well too. And when things are normal and kind of we get the vaccine out there, study abroad, we have the option here at Lynn as well too, as we have 80 programs in over 28 countries, as you can pretty much go to every continent outside of Antarctica. Now let's look at our curriculum. So here at Lynn, we focus heavily on the liberal arts, but also too, with our core curriculum, it's the dialogues of learning. So you're focusing really on those soft skills, as we have belief and reason, self-society, just civic life, quantitative reading, and scientific literacy, as you're really able to get that hands-on learning day one. Within here at Lynn University, no matter what your major is, you're gonna have the opportunity to get that real world experience. You're gonna develop those relationships with your professors. Our average class size is 18:1, but when you get into your core major classes and you can see all the different majors that we have here at Lynn, you're gonna have the opportunity to develop those relationships with your professors. And also too, we have an accelerated degree program. So it allows you to graduate in 3 years compared to the typical 4 years. So in 3 years, you can come out with your bachelor's degree and get a jump start in your career, or go back and get your master's degree, as all our master's programs here at Lynn are 1 year as well too. So in 4 years, you can already come out with 2 degrees and you're saving a ton of money as well too. Now, our newest building that we love to talk about is our brand new Lynn University Center, as it plays homage to our dining commons, our Korean Alumni Connections Office, our student involvement, our Dean of Student, all our student-centric departments are all located right in this building. As it's central part of campus, it's fun fact, it's actually bigger than the White House. So we love trying to showcase this. All our students, it's kind of the heart of campus, as it's where we show everything, but most importantly, our dining commons is in this building. So our dining commons is 24/7. We know our students love to eat. So no matter the time of day, you can get something to eat. And what's great, our meal plan is included in your housing bill. So you're not spending additional money on swipes here at Lynn. It's all included in your housing bill. But also too, Within our university center is our Current Alumni Connections office. Here at Lynn, students have the opportunity to get internships their freshman year. And these are just some of the notable employers that we've had over here in Lynn. And with us being within the Boca Del Rey area, we have over 60 corporate companies right within our back door. So that plays super important when a student's looking for jobs, looking for careers after graduation. Students have the opportunity to do so because we have great relationships with all these employers that are right within our back door of campus as well, too. As Forbes actually voted us as one of the most fastest growing metropolitan areas in the United States as well. Now, clubs and organizations are going to play an important factor as well, too. And here at Lynn, we have over 30 clubs and organizations. That's no matter what your interests are. We have some clubs that focus heavily on the academic side, but then we have some fun recreational clubs as well, too, whether it's Greek life, club and intramural, baseball, basketball, football, etc. We have all these clubs on our campus as well, too. So no matter what your interests are, you can do that here at Lynn. And say you want to start your own club and organization, you can do so as well. Now, athletics, everyone always wants to know about athletics. So we are Division II, only Division II because of our small campus size. But for Division II, as you can see, we're really good. So we have over 25 national championships and 38 conference titles as well, too. And we actually have a sponsorship with Adidas that not only is just for our student athletes, but are for our regular day-to-day students as well, too. As we actually have the highest Adidas deal, it's over $1 million for Division II. It's actually the highest Adidas deal in Division II history as well. And for those students that are looking to apply, you can simply go to lynn.edu/apply. You can find us on the Common App or our website. All you need is a personal statement, your transcripts, your letter of recommendation, and your test scores if you decide to submit them. We are test optional, so you don't have to submit them. But if you feel like it'll help you with your application, you can do so. But thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us.
Dylan, thanks so much to you and Lynn University. Next up, you'll have the opportunity to hear from Marymount Manhattan College.
Alrighty, there we go. Hello, everyone. Many months of doing this and still gotta get everything situated. So my name is Amanda Hudson Neff, and I am an admission counselor here at Marymount Manhattan College. I am also an alum of Marymount. I graduated in 2017, and I have been an admission counselor ever since. So thank you so much for joining us today. Some quick facts about Marymount. We are a small campus on the Upper East Side. We have about 1,900 students in total. So if you're familiar with Manhattan, you are probably aware that, the Upper East Side is a lovely neighborhood, not too far from Central Park, from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. A lot of students know it because of Gossip Girl. Whatever you need to use as your point of reference. But this is just a little map on the screen here to show you where we're located. Again, on 71st Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. And then we have 2 residence halls, one in Midtown, which is typically for first-year students. It's about a 15-minute walk to campus, just 16 blocks south of our campus. And then upperclassmen tend to live downtown on the Lower East Side, which is about a 20-minute subway ride along the 6th line. So pretty common ways of getting around in New York, walking in the subway. But again, really small school. So even though New York is a huge city with the hustle and bustle, as soon as you step into our campus, you're greeted by security. They know you by name. You see, familiar faces in the hallway. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of 15. So lots of individualized attention. We actually don't even have a lecture hall on campus. So you're never going to be number 200 of 200 in a classroom trying to get your question answered. Everyone knows you by name and everyone's just kind of participating in the conversation. We offer 31 majors and 45 minors for students. And even though we're small, we're pretty mighty. We have students coming from 49 different states, as well as Puerto Rico and 33 different countries around the world. As I mentioned, we have quite a few majors and minors for students. These are all of the academic programs that we have available. Everything from business to humanities and social sciences, communication and media arts, sciences, and then fine and performing arts. So we offer bachelor's degrees, BFAs, BAs, and BS degrees, okay? So quite a variety. And when it comes to study abroad, we definitely encourage study abroad. We do not have an international campus anywhere else in the world, but this is sort of to your benefit because instead of being limited to those, you know, international campuses or partner campuses, you can really go anywhere. So long as you speak to the study abroad coordinator, you know, you can definitely set up a plan to study abroad, either for a semester, a summer, maybe a full year. I had a friend that studied abroad in Japan for a year and a half, which is pretty rare to do a full year and a half. But, you know, we really, as long as you're on track for graduation, we really encourage that and allow you to create the, you know, educational experience that you are looking for. And again, we've had students go to over 50 countries at this point. Clubs and organizations, we have a lot of them. Definitely no lack of ways to get involved. Everything from a mock debate team, sketch comedy club, hip hop dance crew, school newspaper. We have community service clubs, diversity and inclusivity clubs. And we also have, you know, fun clubs for, you know, different fandoms like Harry Potter, the Mickey Mouse Club. We also have a Marvel Club, which even though I'm not a student anymore, I definitely want to join. Have a lot to talk about when it comes to WandaVision and Marvel in general. So lots of fun ways to be involved on campus. When it comes to applying, we do accept the common application, although we have our own application as well, really up to you and what you prefer. We do need the application as well as the official high school transcript, a minimum of 1 recommendation letter. You know, the more you send in, the merrier. I really get a clearer picture of who you are as an individual and a student through the recommendation letters, as well as the essay. The essay is already embedded in the common application. We don't require additional writing supplement. And then the application fee. We are currently test optional, so you can definitely send in SAT or ACT scores if you would like, but it is not mandatory. The average GPA of an accepted student is a 3.6, and the average test scores for SAT 1100, ACT 24. Now, again, not necessarily the minimum requirements, just the average of what we see. We have a few different deadlines. Early decision is a November 1st deadline. This is for a student who knows that Marymount is their first choice, because if you are accepted through early decision, that means you are committing to Marymount and withdrawing all other applications. We also have an early action deadline of December 1st. This is not binding. We always encourage this method if, you know, we may not be your first choice or you're scared of the automatic commitment. You know, early action is definitely something I encourage because you get early consideration, priority consideration for financial aid, and you find out your decision a lot sooner than others. Anything after December 1st is a rolling admissions basis, and we read those as they come in. We offer lots of scholarships up to $18,000 in academic scholarship, as well as talent-based scholarships of up to $10,000. So those apply for all 4 years. You could see our cost of attendance there. And, you know, that is about it. I know that's a lot of information thrown your way, so follow us on social media or feel free to email me, ahudson@mmm.edu. Thank you so much for your time.
Amanda, thanks so much to you and Marymount.
It seems like Courtney's Wi-Fi stopped working. I know she mentioned that earlier. Tina, I think you were next. So
all right, I just wanted to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I will start sharing my screen. All right, everyone. I am Tina from Misericordia. I am one of the admissions counselors here. We are located in Dallas, Pennsylvania, which is about the Northeast PA region, about 30 minutes from Scranton, if we have any office fans out there. We are a Mercy School, a Sister of Mercy School. We were the first to be founded in 1924 by the Sisters of Mercy, and being the first 4-year institution in higher learning in the area. We were an all-girls school, but now we are co-ed. And our 4 main charisms: mercy, service, justice, and hospitality. We have an average students of 2,500. This is including undergrad and grad. Undergrad about 2,000, grad being 500. Student to faculty ratio of 11:1. With this being said, with COVID times right now, it is a little bit smaller. We do have little smaller class sizes, and you have more attention with the teachers and things like that. Our majors are shared amongst the 3 colleges: the College of Business, the College of Arts and Science, and the College of Health Science and Education. We have 37 traditional majors. Housing is guaranteed for 4 years, required for the first 2 for a traditional first-year incoming student. We have 23 college sports. We are Division III, and 99% of our students do get financial aid. Our student profile for fall 2020 was 410 students, about 60% women, 30% men. We have students coming mostly from the tri-state area, but we do have those outliers that do come all the way from California. So we have students from all over the country. Our average student GPA is a 3.42, and 153 of the members of the National Honor Society. Our application process here at Misericordia. We are on our own website. We have an application as well as the Common App. Both are free. We don't have a preference to which you do. Whatever works for you. If you're applying to a lot of schools, obviously go the Common App route. If you're applying to a few and you know Misericordia is the one, go ahead and do our application on our website. It's about 5-10 minutes. It's very short, 5-10 minute application. Test scores are optional for the incoming class of 21 and 22. Only thing we do need from you is the application, and the transcript has to come from high school to become your high school guidance counselor to be considered official. No letters of recommendation or essays required. Only 2 programs that do require that is speech language pathology and occupational therapy. We are on rolling admissions. With that being said, we start accepting applications as early as August, and we will start reviewing beginning of September. So as soon as we review applications on a daily basis, as soon as we receive all your materials, and you hear an answer from us within 1 to 2 weeks of you completing your application. Test scores, if you are submitting them, and GPA can be updated throughout your senior year, and this is for scholarship purposes. Some of our scholarships are our alumni referral. If you know someone who graduated, you don't need to know them personally. You receive an automatic $500 for the first 4 years you're here. All you got to do is put their first and last name on your application. Again, we will not research if you know them or not. Legacy award is the one if you have any family members that go here. Merit award based on your GPA. Higher the GPA, higher the amount, ranging between $5,000 and $17,500. Resident award of $2,500 per year. This is, you live on campus, you get this. For guaranteed housing for 4 years, as I mentioned, required for the first 2. And obviously the FAFSA opens up October 1st of your senior year. And then fastweb.com is another search web engine for scholarships as well. Some interesting facts about Misericordia. We have a guaranteed placement program, which is the GPP. What this is if within 6 months of graduation, if you do not receive a job or internship or grad school in your major, you're guaranteed a paid internship through this program. You do have to attend 8 workshops throughout your 8 semesters here. So 1 workshop a semester, things like mock interviews, table etiquette, things like that. And once you complete this, you are guaranteed a job again if you don't meet the requirements after graduation. But we have never had to use the guaranteed to this day. We have study abroad options, obviously suspended for now due to COVID, and we have many, many other opportunities on campus. And this is our beautiful campus.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tina, and to Misericordia University. Audience, don't forget, put those questions in the Q&A and list out the institution that you're directing your question to. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Montclair State University. Take it away when you're ready, Ryan.
All right, well, hello, everybody. As I'm sharing my screen here, my name is Ryan. I'm an admissions counselor here at Montclair State University. I'm also an alumni of the university. I graduated in 2018 with my bachelor's degree, and I've been doing this. And I've been in admissions since I was a student as well as a professional staff member. But to get into it, so this picture right here is the majority of campus. Well, Montclair State has a population of around 21,000 students, 17,000 of which are students pursuing their undergraduate studies, while the rest make up our graduate population. We still kind of bring a balance of small and big school vibes at the same time. Like I said, your class size won't exceed 25, but when you get onto campus, you'll also have a robust community. Our student to faculty ratio is around 17:1. And we offer around 300 academic majors, minors, and concentrations, which I'll talk about a couple of those in a slide or two. Last year, the average student GPA for applying students was around a 3.27. And we have around 5,300 students living on our 252-acre suburban campus. We are located in Montclair, New Jersey, about 12 miles away from New York City. You can actually see the New York City skyline from multiple viewpoints on campus. We have 2 New Jersey Transit train stations and 1 New Jersey Transit bus station that students and the public are allowed to use to go freely from Montclair into New York City. And like I mentioned before, we have over 300 undergraduate programs. If you look in this left column over here, these are some of our most popular majors. So majors in the School of Business, like accounting and business administration. Our School of Communication and Media has majors like journalism, sports journalism, public relations, communication and media arts, just to name a few. And then the rest of these are also quite popular majors. I was a psych major, and we had a ton of students within that program. It was a really great experience. We have awesome faculty because we are so close to New York City. We get a lot of people who are doing really great things out here that don't mind taking a quick drive or a bus or train ride onto campus to teach our courses. Montclair also offers the opportunity for students to get 2 degrees a lot quicker than normal. We have 39 combined bachelor and master's programs. So in 5 years, you'll earn a bachelor's and a master's degree, which saves you a lot of time and money along the way. Especially because when you start taking graduate courses, you'll be paying for them at an undergraduate rate because you're taking them during that 4th year. And then all of these programs in the right column are also a part of our 4+1 MBA program, which allows students to get their bachelor's degree in any of these programs in the right column. And we're continuing to add more programs to this list, and then do a 5th year and do an accelerated MBA program through our School of Business, which is one of our top schools on campus. All right. But there's a lot more to things than just going to class. Montclair State has plenty of different ways to get involved. So we offer over 100 different 20 clubs and organizations on campus, and they range so far in what they do. There are academic clubs for students who want to do more with their major or minor outside the classroom. There are culture-based clubs, there are political clubs, there are charity-based clubs, and then there are the fun clubs too, where people with a common interest get together and they kind of bond over those things. Video game club, we have a Quidditch club as well for the Harry Potter fans out there. We also offer the opportunity for Greek life on campus. We have 34 Greek organizations on campus. And we have 38 intramural and club sport options. So club sports are a little bit closer to our Division III options, where you can be a part of a team and have practices and go to other schools and play their club sports teams. Or if you just want to stay active and form a team with a couple of friends on campus through our rec center, you can do intramural sports. Montclair State is also a Division III school within the NCAA. We have 18 Division III athletic teams between the men and the women. So if you are interested in athletics, Division III is where you'd be at Montclair. We also offer study abroad for our students. We have partnerships with over 60 countries around the world for study abroad, and we've sent students all over the world. It's paused right now, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, but we do hope that we are able to soon send students abroad again. And for students looking to live on campus, we actually have 10 residence halls, 7 of which are available to freshmen. And as long as you pay your housing deposit on time, freshman housing is guaranteed. And I'll kind of transition into our application. So as of this year, we are now on the Common App. So you are able to apply to Montclair State through the Common App, or if you want to go the traditional route, you can also apply at montclair.edu/admissions. But regardless of how you do apply, this is what we'll need from you. Looking on the freshman side, you'll have to submit the general application, then supply an essay, official high school transcript, and at least one letter of recommendation, and then the $65 application fee. Once all of those items are submitted, it's about a 2 to 3 week turnaround on a decision. And as you also can notice here, Montclair State is test optional. We've actually been this way for about 6 or 7 years now. So it's not something that we just newly adopted. So if you do have scores, you're more than welcome to send them. But if not, that's perfectly okay as well. And then the only time our admissions process differs at all is for any of our arts majors, whether it's performing arts or fine arts. You'll also audition. So that may take a little bit closer to a month to get a decision back. But that would be the only thing that would deter that. Now I'm going to go into deadlines. So these are generally the same every single year. So our priority deadline is on December 1st. This is more of a courtesy from us to you guys, where if in your senior year you apply before December 1st, we guarantee that you'll have a decision back to you by December 23rd as we go into winter break. This is not an early action. So it does not pin you to Montclair if you decide to apply before December 1st. It's just kind of, like I said, puts a decision in your hand before the new year. Our next deadline is January 15th. Oh.
That time sure does go fast, doesn't it?
Sorry,
Much. Thanks so much, Ryan, and Montclair State University.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry, just go ahead and put your contact information in the chat. Next up, you have the opportunity to hear from McDaniel College.
All right, hello everyone. I'll be pulling my screen up and I will get started. So my name is Tariq Evans. I'm an admissions counselor here at McDaniel College. I'm also an alum of the school. So I graduated in 2018. I studied English and theater while I was here. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, and traveled all the way to a little town called Westminster, Maryland to attend college. So that means it's a pretty good school, at least in my eyes. So we are about 35 minutes away from Baltimore, about 66 miles, as you see, from DC. That's more like 45 minutes from Baltimore and like an hour and a half or so from DC. We are a small school. We're about 1,800 undergrad students, which is bigger than it was when I got here. So we are growing slowly, but we are still a small school. About 85% of our students do live on campus. So we're highly residential here at McDaniel. So there's always something going on, lots of clubs and organizations for students to be a part of, which I will discuss a little bit later in my 6-minute presentation. So another cool, interesting fact is about 51% of our class of 2024, our freshman class, identify as people of color. I know when I got to McDaniel, it was probably 18%, and that's probably me pushing it. So it's great to see a commitment to diversity and also consistency behind that. So our average class size is about 17 students. We cap off at 25, so you won't have a class larger than that. That gives you a chance to really get to know your professors, and your professors really get to know you. Most of our professors do have their terminal degrees, meaning that they have the highest degree they can obtain in the field. So they're very, very knowledgeable in what they teach. But another cool fact is that they are very personable. I know being from further away and going to college, 11 hours away from home, I didn't get to go home for things like Thanksgiving. And so I had professors reach out to me and was like, hey, Tariq, we don't want you on campus by yourself. So if you want to have dinner with my family, you're more than welcome to do that. So it's nice to know that they care about you as a people, but they're also going to challenge you in that academic sense. We have over 70 majors and minors and specializations. where you see it says most popular, we don't necessarily mean those are the strongest programs. As you see, 96% of our professors do have their terminal degrees. But when we say most popular, it's just a lot of students decide to enroll in that, in these courses or in these majors. This includes biology, kinesiology, as you can see. And then we have 8 new majors, which I'm a little jealous of, but this includes criminal justice writing and publishing, in American Sign Language also. So we have this fancy thing called the McDaniel Plan. It's a lot of jargon that you see on the screen, including scientific inquiry, literary analysis, creative expression. Essentially what this means is a science class, a math class, a creative class. And what I like about McDaniel and our liberal arts approach to education is that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach at all. I know I told you I studied English and theater, so the scientific inquiry part was something I was afraid of. But once I got to McDaniel, I realized that they have classes for students who are not necessarily science focused, and also classes for students who aren't humanities focused. So I took a class called Women in Science, which was the study of women in a male dominated field. There are students who don't want to do a monologue in front of an entire class, though that's what I did. And so we have classes like creative writing, or you can learn to play an instrument. So it's a really great mix of classes. And like I said, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach to education at all. You'll be in classes with seniors and juniors, 1-year freshmen, and vice versa. And then we have what we call the McDaniel Commitment. This is newly implemented a few years ago, but it has 4 important cornerstones. This includes my place, my design, my experience, my career. What McDaniel Local is, or My Place, is a 2-day, 1-night experience here on the lovely campus of McDaniel. And you also get to take a class, go to the cafeteria, really get an all-immersive feel of what it's going to be like before you're an official student. After that, you do My Design, planning your career, figuring out what you want to do. And then My Experience, every student here is guaranteed 2 hands-on learning experiences. This can be in the form of working with a community-based organization. It could be study abroad. We have a sister campus in Budapest, Hungary, that students go for an entire semester. We also have smaller January term or Jan term trips, including scuba diving in the Bahamas. We have Ireland and England trips, Italy, pretty much anywhere you can go with a US passport and we're friends with that country, you can travel to go study abroad. It can be 2 weeks or it can be an entire year, just really depends on your interest and the availability. And then My Career is that last part of the McDaniel Commitment, but it's not the end of your career. My Design is creating that roadmap. And in My Career, you're going to go back and look at all the things that you were able to accomplish and the things you have yet to accomplish, so you can knock those things out of the park. Getting involved here is really popular. Most students are involved in more than 2 clubs. We have over 80 clubs and organizations here at McDaniel, including performing and visual arts. I always love talking about performing arts. We have 24 D3 sports, 23 intramural sports. So if there's something that you want to do here at McDaniel, you have that opportunity. A lot of clubs are created this way. It's students have interest, 4 or 5 students have interest in an advisor for the club. That way we've gotten a knitting club. We've had puppy clubs on campus. We've had Humans versus Zombies, Dungeons and Dragons. We have a Bob Ross painting club as well. And that's all the information for application. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. That is my contact information, and I'll also drop it in the chat. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much to you and McDaniel College. Again, 6 minutes goes by super, super fast. Our last presentation today will be from New Jersey Army National Guard. Whenever you're ready. They might have dropped off. So I'm going to actually go ahead and have our panelists turn back on their cameras, and we'll do a quick round robin. Maybe if they end up coming back, they could have had technology problems like I did. So let's go ahead and answer. Let's go with this. what advice would you give someone going through this college search process? Many of those on the line with us are going to be juniors or younger. So what great advice do you guys have, experts? And we'll go round robin in the order that you presented.
Okay, so best advice to give a student that's going through the college process is to just relax at the end of the day. You only get to go to college once, so just make sure you kind of figure out what you're looking for, whether you're looking for a big school, small school, whether it's certain academic major, clubs and organizations. Just create that list and stick to it. And when you're going throughout the process, you'll kind of figure out what exactly you're looking for. But just relax, try not to stress yourself out, and that you still have time. So that's the best advice I can give.
Amanda, I can't hear you, but maybe everybody else can.
Can't hear her.
Now, we'll come back to you, Amanda.
Can't hear you.
We'll come back to you. Let's go to Tina.
All right, best advice I could give is definitely visiting the school. I know it's kind of tough right now during COVID, but most schools are lifted their restrictions and allowing people to come visit. I thought I was going to go to a big, huge state school, but I ended up at a small school. So definitely visit. You want to feel like you're at home when you are visiting the campus. So to reach out to any admissions counselor of the school that you're looking to visit, and I'm pretty sure they'll help you schedule your visit.
We'll come back to you at the end, Amanda. Ryan.
Yeah, so in addition to visiting, I always say that as well. I think it's really good also to look into your program, your major and where it ranks at that school, because you may love the atmosphere and everything might, seem really great. But if the specific major that you're into isn't exactly emphasized there, you want to make sure you're going to a school that will give you the best opportunity for a career after graduation.
Yeah, all really, really good advice. My advice is find a place where not only the school is going to make a difference on you, but you can make a difference at the school. I think that's something that is often not thought about. And I realized me going to a small liberal arts school, I too thought I was going to a school with over 30,000 people, and coming to a small liberal arts school really helped me make an impact on my community at McDaniel and also elsewhere.
We'll try again, Amanda.
Better?
Yes.
Oh, yay. Okay. So all great advice. And I think I'll just add on there, be in touch with your admissions counselor. We are here to help. I know that there are some students that might be a little bit shy or nervous. A lot of offices at other colleges and universities have a lot of methods of communication. So whether it be a chat bot on the computer or, a number to text your admissions counselor. I know a lot of people prefer texting over talking on the phone, Zoom meetings, whatever your preferred method is. Get in touch with your admissions counselor and see what they could do for you, because having those conversations with your counselor can really transform your whole perspective and idea of, what you thought the institution was and who they really are. So being in touch with your admissions counselor for any questions that you have, instead of trying to find it online or, being nervous to ask, is always super beneficial.
And they have all the insider tips, right? And never be afraid to meet with these professionals on your screen. Okay, so I'm going to pose another question. And Amanda, we're going to go with you first this time since your audio is working. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? Or give an interesting fun fact about your school.
Yeah, so I would definitely say that a popular program that we have are our festivals. So there's Apple Fest at the beginning of the year, and then there's Strawberry Fest at the end of the year. Everything is kind of, food-wise is made of apples or made of strawberries, depending on the season. And we close down all of 71st Street and have a giant block party. So to close off a whole street, of traffic in New York City is a pretty big deal. But we line our clubs up along the street. And it's a great way to say, welcome to the school year, welcome to Marymount. Here are some clubs, here are some fun games and activities. We have like a blow up, with those like blow up things that you hit each other off of the podiums with. So really fun activities. And those are our street fairs. I definitely think those are hits and popular favorites with our students.
So let's go to Dylan.
So my favorite event that we have on campus is our annual Founders Day. So it's typically in November, so it's always on the day that we were founded each year, and it's always my favorite event because entire campus kind of shuts down. There's no class, so students love that as well too. But it's a huge campus-wide event as we kind of have a huge carnival games, the full nine. A whole bunch of vendors come to our campus as well too. There's always a bunch of free giveaways, so I know students love that as well too. So whether a T-shirt, Amazon gift cards, Amazon Alexas, all that stuff. So that's always my favorite event on campus is our Founders Day, because we kind of just all come together as a university and celebrate Lynn. So
You had me at Amazon gift card. Misericordia University.
So fun fact about Misericordia, we are founded by the Sisters of Mercy, one being Catherine Macaulay, who came from Ireland. So our arch that we have in the middle of campus, the cross at the top is pointing exactly to Ireland. So that's a pretty cool fun fact about us.
Ryan, yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. So really, two really great events that we have on campus are our fall homecoming concert and our spring bash concert. Montclair has actually been able to get a lot of really great performers to come to campus, and it kind of caps off those 2 weeks with being able to go. The concerts are usually pretty inexpensive, $10 or less. We've had people like Andy Grammer, Gavin DeGraw, Tori Kelly, Neo has been to campus. So our concerts are like way bigger people than I ever thought Montclair could get, and they were always a really good time. So yeah.
That does sound fun. And finally, Tariq.
Yeah, so probably one of my favorite traditions is our ring in, ring out tradition. So we have a bell right in the center of campus, and we actually attach a rope for the freshman class. So they walk around campus, do a nice tour, and they ring in physically and symbolically their time at McDaniel. The bell is very heavy, so they're a lot stronger than they came in. And then when you graduate, you come out with your family, your fellow classmates, and you ring out your time at McDaniel. The legend is if you don't ring in, then you don't ring out. Obviously, it's not true because I'm still here, but it is fun to make sure that the students graduate.
I love that because I think that those of us who work in higher education really love move-in day, and we love graduation equally, and that's really fun. Well, I would like to say thank you all for joining us tonight. As you close out, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. We hope that you'll provide us with some feedback. Sign up for more sessions. There are 2 more hours of 6x6 programs this evening, and this recording will be available at strivescan.com OCSCA within 1 week. Best wishes with your college search, everyone, and have a good one. Bye-bye.